Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros. Folks, people, this is Dunlap. Welcome to the Red State Update podcast. My little sidekick here is Grizzled.
All right.
He is cootish.
Just don't start.
He is from the green state of Tennessee, and you hear all that, and in your mind, you have constructed an image of this man that I will tell you to your face is not true. He is not a Trump supporter.
Oh, yeah. No,
I would go so far as to say he is the opposite of a Trump supporter.
Which is what? What's the proper term for that? 'Cause whatever
a patriotic, America-loving citizen.
Believes in the Constitution.
Forward-thinking.
Believes in the law.
Looks forward to the day when America can return to. Well, now it's starting to sound like Joe Biden. So let me back up.
Don't do that. Hell, that's the worst thing you can do.
Looking forward to charting a new future for America that includes everyone.
No,
except for Trump and most of his family.
Well, no. Well, the law needs to deal with them. I don't. The reason I'm mad is because of the people who are supposed to be doing the jobs that they're supposed to be doing that they get elected to do aren't doing them. So, yeah, that's all. I ain't saying that I need to go up there and do anything. No, if you break a law, you're supposed to go to jail. You're supposed to, at least pay a fine. At least show up in court. At least be indicted. And I understand, he's president. You can't do that. I understand that. But good Lord, why is he still the president if he wasn't, you could indict the hell out of him. Then why the hell is he still president? Oh, I know. Republican Party, that's why I am.
Jackie, longtime member of the Republican Party.
Used to be, yeah.
Now he's more like a Justin Amash.
What is it?
Amash. How you say his name? Amish? Justin Amish.
He's look, Republican Party, dude. This is the only man that you put me in league with is this guy. Come, and I appreciate him, but don't mean to thank him good for what he's doing. But good Lord. Oh, you like that A-man? Well, I am. I wish I'd like a lot of other people, but a lot of other people won't do a damn thing. So I guess that is it. I guess that's it. But he's one of those people you look at and it's like, oh, good Lord, this is, all right, we'll take who we can get. Yeah, come on. Of course, he ain't no Republican. He's gone now. He made the big move to step down out of the Republican Party. Good Lord. He says a bunch of big, he won't name their names, of course, but he says, you don't know how many Republicans come up to me and thanked me. Bull hockey.
What, you saying they didn't thank him, or?
I don't know who to believe in that situation. Why the hell would they thank him? I know if you're embarrassed, and I can see that you're embarrassed, Mitt Romney. Everybody can look at you and know that. I don't know if he's talking about you or whoever else, but we know that there's a few of you that just sit there. I don't know. Well, something may be wrong, but I don't know. The hell with all of you. You know damn well what the hell's wrong. Makes me matter every time I do say something. This the only one, Amash, the only one that says, well, yeah, they didn't impeach this SOB. What you do?
I know we talk a lot about shit on this podcast.
What?
Bathrooms.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't know it. Yeah.
But it seems to me, basically, Trump, the president of the United States, equals an overflowed toilet.
Yeah, I called him president, and I don't like to use language, like even though what you just said, which ain't that bad, that's
toilet?
Fun. No, that is what I was saying.
Oh.
But I called him for a while, that's what I called him, president shit. But now I call him president dumbass, I don't even like saying that.
Overflowed toilet. America's toilet overflowed. And the result is the president of the United States. So Justin Amish is up there going, well, I guess is he on Twitter? Do they have phones?
I don't. I don't know.
Do Amish people have cell phones?
I didn't know of the Amish people. That is it. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to. Not according to Harrison Ford.
Obviously, they didn't have cell phones back when they made that movie.
Indiana Jones, He didn't even, let alone, and he was regular time. I just don't know if they still do.
All I'm saying is, I haven't read everything there is to read about this fella, but I'm saying this, though. I'll tell you this. I'll take you on a 2-minute long tortured metaphor about toilets on this podcast. America's toilet overflowed, and we elected it president. An overflowed toilet, Donald Trump. Justin Amish says, you know what? All we got to do is fix the toilet. Just plunger it. But everybody else in the Republican Party is scared. They're like, I don't know. What should we do? They were scared. They're like, I don't. The toilet's overflowing. And some Republicans saying, just fix it. Just get a plunger.
And while they sitting there trying to figure out what should we do, the toilet just starts, backing up more and more, getting worse. It's getting worse. It's more of a mess going all over the floor. It's just getting worse. Well, what should we do now?
Because they ain't doing nothing about it. A lot of people in America are so fucking stupid. They're like, I like this overflowed toilet. I didn't know how great fucking overflowed toilets were. I didn't know that I liked walking into the men's room unsuspectingly, and then I look down, I hear splashing, and I look down, and I'm up to my shins in goddamn brown shitty-ass water. There's toilet paper clods floating around. That's the president of the United States. This is great, say these people.
They go to the door of the bedroom, open it up, holler at their friend, get in here. You are missing this. There's shit all over the floor, pit, everything. Y'all are missing it. Get your rear it. I'm telling you, get in here. Watch this. This is what we've been waiting
for.
We've been talking about this for years and years, and here it is.
We got it, finally. America's great again. Thank God. If you don't like it, you can leave it. Well, a lot of the Republican Party that's left is like, shit, I guess this is what we are now. And Mitch McConnell's like, I can make a lot of money off this. I can get people to really.
I'm going to get used to having shit all over me, in my nose and all in my clothes and in my excuse my language. I'm going to get used to that. I guess if that's what it is, then
this is
all
where
right.
we were heading the whole time, and now Justin Amish is like, just fix it. You can fix it. If you'd have fixed it earlier, or just stop saying it's great. Stop. There's some dumbasses going, this is great, but we're supposed to be the ones that set the course. We can say this is not great. And if they still want to believe it's great with some of them, well, then they can go get like the shit floor party. Join the shit floor party. We're the Republican Party. We're not, I thought, in favor of shit floors. Now, some people on the left are saying we always were in favor of shit floors, and there's a point to be made there. But some Republicans can say, let's not do shit floors.
Yeah.
Let's get the shit water. Let's get the mop. Let's get the plunger. Who's that? Bill Weld? Is he running against Trump on the Republican side?
One of
Sort of.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
I mean, he could just say, let's get the mops. Let's get the plunger. Bill Weld in 2020.
It's a good slogan. Needs to be done.
So basically, I'm not trying to give a lot of credit to Justin Amish. I mean, it's great that he somehow won an election.
I don't
without
like being
access to modern
with him.
technology.
You're just like I guess I am.
All he said was there's a toilet full of shit that's overflowed. We can fix it. Nobody wants to fix it. He's like, well, why? I'm not going to stay here.
Not we can. We should. Why the hell are we letting it? We should fix it. Why the hell are we letting shit? Excuse my language. Water all over my feet, my britches. What? You should fix it. Let alone for health reasons. And the smell, everything. You end up going to the doctor. You get all that all over you.
You know what? Maybe they can't fix it. Maybe we're like get a writ. Maybe we can't turn the water off. Maybe there's some reason That they can't fix it. Maybe it can't be fixed. Maybe they could have fixed it at some point, and now it's out of control.
Too late. Can't clog that up. Can't plug it up. Nope.
So leave. So Justin Amish is just like, well, I'm leaving. I don't want to live in this shit building. I don't know if that tracks all the way through, but just wanted to.
Makes sense to me.
How do you feel about soccer now, Jackie? As a lifelong,
I never cared. That
soccer hating European.
I didn't care nothing about it. Looked silly to me and all this stuff. And I'll be honest, I never did really look at it, watch it, unless I had to go. There's one of my friends' children's thing or whatever like that. That's about the only time I look. And then look at it on TV.
It was for children and Europeans.
Yeah. But nowadays, I guess it's for America, because it's the fourth time I did it 2 times in a row. 4th time doing it. Also, on top of all this, these women are amazing athletes and on this, but really, this one lady on there, when she says, I ain't going to use that language, and I don't approve of that kind of language either, but the sentiment is completely understandable. So, American hero, Rapinoe, right? That's it. Yeah, Rapinoe.
All the news I get these days is on my phone. I try not to hear. It's bad enough seeing that. It's bad. I don't like to hear people say the words of the news out loud. It's hard enough just to look at it with my eyes. So I don't know how to pronounce nobody's names these days.
Rapinoe, I think I heard somebody said Megan Rapinoe. Congratulations, her and all ladies. Enjoy not going to the White House. I'm going to enjoy not watching you go.
Why punish somebody?
Well, I don't understand.
You just won something. Why do you have to go? That'd be a punishment for me, and I ain't even won nothing in a long time.
But he won't go get a whole cold hamburger and be around him. Why would anybody want that? I don't understand why he'd want that. That's quite an achievement. Good for them. And, of course, everybody now talk about they don't get paid when they win. I think it's much in all this, equal pay, all this stuff. And I know here in Tennessee, our senator, our great senator, says that women, she makes sure that, everybody knows that women do not want to be paid equally as men. That's why she got elected, I guess. That's why all the women went out and voted for her. But they won, 4 damn times, and the men, I think I read somewhere once. They should be getting a raise.
I mean, they probably should be getting a raise even if they lose, right?
They should be paid equal, first off. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how soccer works, how you get a check in soccer. Or
I don't know the rules to the game except you kick it in the net. That's about all I know. But
I don't know how you get a check from Hardee's. And it's been a while since I got a check from anywhere, so I don't know how payment works. But pretty sure women do want to be paid the same.
Regardless of what Marshall Blackburn said.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Not 100%. I'm sure there's some people it's like, it's fine. Men and women. I'm sure there's men that's like, you know what? I don't need to make as much as Jody. I'm not 100% on that, though. It may be that every single man and woman won't get paid equally. That could also be very, very true.
Yeah.
What a world, huh? So Donald Trump got you liking soccer and hating the 4th of July.
I don't hate the 4th of July. Don't say that.
You just hate the American flag?
No, of course I don't hate the damn American flag. What I'm saying is this 4th of July, what I don't like is some man that's never served a day in his life in the military, someone who went out of his way to get deferments over a damn made-up rich boy foot disease. I'm talking about a man that puts in his divorce papers if the child that I had with you, if she ends up joining the military, then she ain't getting no inheritance at all.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah, it is. It's a horrible human being. It's certainly in all areas, but what really gets your blood boiling, if you love the country and you respect the men and women that serve a country, is that this man's playing with him like his damn tank of toys. And throwing himself a big party. Wait, I have tanks now? I want all my tanks here. I want all my... It's just pitiful. And we don't do that first and foremost. That's not what America does. Or used to not do.
Things are different now. Things
shit. Things are different. Things are awful.
So the president had a 4th of July celebration. President Donald J. Trump, who's the president of the United States of America. He had a 4th of July celebration. He brought some tanks in. He said it wouldn't cost no money because all this stuff was just laying around. It was real close. I don't think that's true. I think they had to fly a bunch of shit in.
They took all this money out of parks, and out of whatever the budget that the country has to take care of national parks and whatnot.
Bears ain't getting no food this weekend because Donald Trump had somebody drive a tank up from Georgia. Bears are like, where's the ranger with the picnic basket or whatever they eat? Something's not happening.
Bears, well, then eat something. Yeah, they'll be short.
And those hungry bears are going to eat some people.
Well,
I guarantee you.
Well, I hope not. It's a possibility. You're right about that. You're right.
So a show of military force, which used to be one of Jackie's favorite things.
When did I say that? When did I like a show? The point, America didn't have...
Several wars.
All right, the wars. Well, you take it out when you go to war. You don't take it out to ride it around, test driving it for everybody to look at and see how shiny your tank is. No, yes, wars is when you're supposed to come... We don't show it off.
Remember Michael Dukakis? He got in that tank?
Yep.
And everybody's like, what a putz.
Well, he looked like an idiot. He did.
How come Donald Trump, who Michael Dukakis could kick Trump's ass, like physically?
Oh, yeah.
And just in terms of being a president? And Michael Dukakis, would that be like probably your least favorite presidential candidate?
If I had to,
Trump?
If right off a bat, that'd be the one. There's a few running right now, but I ain't going to get into that. But Michael Dukakis, I would still vote for him, as awful as that would be. I would still vote for him over this criminal, just a horrible,
But everybody, all Trump's people love him playing with tanks, getting in that truck.
Flying the Blue Angels out, yeah. Well, at least I hope some of that money went to pay the military to give, there's nothing after serving the country, there's nothing that anybody in the service loves more than to go on a parade for somebody. They love that. They won't get in the tank driving around so everybody can look at it. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably fun to drive a tank.
I'm sure there's a few people, sure, Blue Angels enjoy doing what they do. I understand that, and good on them, and that's great and all, but it's not meant for what they do is not meant for one party or one president. What the military is supposed to serve our country. It's not supposed to put on a show for the GOP to sell tickets, and that's what it's not supposed to be used for. What's that? But what does it matter now? How many times have they tried to get what's-her-face to show up with the Hatches Act? Can't be used, can't be selling that, can't be endorsing, can't own, can't, shouldn't be against the law, on and on. They do it every 5 minutes.
What are you talking about? Kellyanne Conway?
She one of them, yeah.
The Trump Hotel?
All of it.
Raise the prices?
Every bit of
true?
it. Yep. Why would it not be? I mean, yeah, they...
Can you imagine this ever happening? Now people just don't give a shit.
No one gives a damn.
I guess people are just like, well, all this shit don't matter no more. That's funny. People getting mad about this. Hell, if I owned a hotel and could have tanks drive in front of it, I'd do it. I say, you want the tank view? You want a room with a tank view?
I want to wake me up rumbling by every day at 3.
And now we're going to know how to drive tanks in the city for when we have to invade San Francisco. So this is a double win. I will say that if I could drive a tank and people are like, the soldiers don't want to be celebrating Trump's day. They should be eating barbecue and going to strip clubs. True. The men and women of our great nation's armed forces should be going to strip clubs.
If that's what they want to do, encourage people to do that.
But if I had a chance to drive a tank through the streets, now I know this is setting things up for fascist takeover, but I mean, until you get to driving a tank without getting shot at and in the middle of a city before you get to the fascist takeover, that does sound kind of fun.
Well, it's relaxing. It's like actually using, but there
may be soldiers who hate Trump. We're like, yeah, it's kind of fun driving this tank around today.
But it ain't built for that.
And so, no.
That's not what
That's
it's
why
for.
it's fun.
Well, all right.
That's why it's fun. I mean,
right.
4-wheelers ain't built for driving through Kroger either. I'd like to do that too.
Well,
Look, I'm just saying, this is one of the few things that could be seen as cool about the Trump thing. Take Trump out of it, but there's some old boy driving a tank down the middle of Washington, D.C. going like, yeah, it's kind of fun. I hate that son of a bitch, but I like this part.
Well, he ought not have done it either way. Now people have a taste for it. I guess it'll go on and on like it.
Yeah, we like seeing. Now I guess people like seeing idiots in the rain with his tanks. The idiot I'm talking about is the president.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
People got mad at him for saying, what did he say, that
I don't
took
know.
over the airports, and some of this stuff don't matter.
I think people enjoy that. It's not so much you get mad about it. Like, look, he's still being a dumbass. Excuse my language. Oh yeah, he is. That's what he does. I don't think it's funny anymore. I'm just tired of. Yeah, sure. Like when they said, I can't believe he said that 1776 they was in an airport. Like, yeah. I mean, why? How is that? Even pointing it out is pointless to me. Of course he did. I mean, he says something like that. Never mind.
And people sort of praised him for this, which kind of bothered me. It did bother me. If they'd praise old boys driving the tanks, sure, that's one thing. But they said, well, he didn't make it too political. Like, it's all political.
The bar is so low. You're right about that. Yeah, everything about this is completely political. Selling the tickets to the highest bidder, GOP, on and on and on and on.
This man, the president of the United States of America, having a completely out of the ordinary, never done before, 4th of July, military tanks on parade, planes in the middle of Washington, D.C., Lincoln Memorial. He didn't make that political. Like, it's all political. It's all fucking Mussolini shit. I mean, it's all political. It's all political.
You're right about that. Yeah.
I mean, he didn't get on there and say, lock her up, did he? He might have. But, like, he only said it twice. Well, what restraint? Just pitiful. Just pitiful. So, Jackie hates the 4th of July now. He hates Betsy Ross.
I don't hate Betsy Ross. Why does anybody hate a woman for
Colin Kaepernick
showing a flag?
All people on the right got so mad at Colin Kaepernick and Nike shoes. They kicked Nike shoes out. They made a bunch of YouTube videos that are anti-Nike shoes. Ted Cruz hates shoes.
Oh, hell. Nobody cared what Ted Cruz likes or dislikes. It's pitiful. Pitiful. And there's children being locked up that are currently locked up at the moment, not getting fed in horrible conditions. And what do we hear Ted Cruz talks about? A shoe. He's mad at his shoe. I ain't going to wear Nikes anymore. What the hell do I care? Don't wear them. Wear them. I don't give a damn one way or the other.
I don't like the image of Ted Cruz barefoot.
Well, I don't either. Wear something,
Just like that weird, soft, wet foot of his.
All right, don't.
Just sliding around on
I don't want to hear that.
Or, maybe he gets out of the shower and he's standing there barefoot, rubbing his foot on the damn bath mat. Like, oh, this feels good.
Ted Cruz in a bathroom at all. I don't care what he's doing. Shine, use it, I don't ever want to think about that. None of it.
So people got mad at the Betsy Ross shoes, the Betsy Ross flag, Nike. There was some concern because I guess I didn't know this, and I'm taking people at their word that these Betsy Ross flags have some racist hate group connotations. I just thought people were like, I don't want to see that. This flag. People just got tired of the whole America thing. I was like, well, I mean, people have a right to not wear flags on their shoes. People are looking at things in a whole new light.
Wasn't it supposed to be rules that you're not supposed to wear the flag anywhere on? Remember that people gave you hell for wearing it as a shirt for all those years, and people you don't put the American flag, doesn't go on a tire, on and on and on, and then half of this that's everything now, and nobody cares one way or another. But I don't know all the official rules, so hell.
I don't know the rules of soccer. I don't know the rules of flags.
No.
I don't know the rules of shoes.
No.
There's so many rules.
We're liable to break them, but it's not out of, not out of spite. It's just out of confusion.
Same thing Trump could say.
He says it every day.
Or Biden.
Is that a law? Well, I'm going to make that not a law anymore.
Citizenship. Census. Question on the citizenship. They do not know what they're doing. I guess next week we'll find out. Is that just him getting mad and everybody else has to act like they're actually doing something and then they don't do it? Or are they actually doing something?
Hell, I don't know. They don't know. Who knows?
I mean, dude, are they actually trying to figure something out? Or are they just doing it because he's mad and threw a fit? Or are they doing something that they know won't work just to please him?
It could be any of those. It honestly could be. I'm clueless.
I guess that's a lot of jobs. Well, Randy wants this done, so I guess we got to do it. Well, that's just going to fall apart when we get it. Randy said do it. I need this money, don't you? I ain't got nothing else. I guess we can go out and see Spider-Man again, but I'll stick around here this afternoon, make my money doing some dumb bullshit Randy wants done. But that's like working, like picking up trash in the parking lot of the Home Depot or something.
Yep.
These people the Randy is Trump, the president of the United States of America. So they're working on something. So there's just a loss of, even if you're a president who is on the right or a president who's on the left, maybe you don't like what those presidents have done before. Maybe you're on the left and Obama wasn't left enough for you. Maybe you're on the right. You hated Bush. You wanted him to, the war was bad. But they were doing something.
Yeah.
They had an idea of what they wanted to do. And I think most of these presidents, some of them were on the grift. Some were taking some money. Some helping their friends get some money. But I think most of those people believed in something. And they were trying to do something to make America better, they believed. Maybe they were all criminals. Maybe they were started a bunch of shitty-ass wars. But a majority of people in those administrations, no matter what you think of them today, believed in what they were doing.
Yeah. They were president. Yeah,
they got there because they believed. But they were trying to make America better. I don't think anybody in the Trump White House thinks they're making America better.
No.
I think they're trying to get through this the way you would a shift at the mall if you hated your boss. Because there's no... So they're actually trying to hurt people. Like, they're trying to own the Democrats. So that's why they're trying to get this census thing.
Part of it, yeah.
They can hurt the Democrats. They can make sure that Democratic places where there's immigrants, they can hurt immigrants, they can hurt Democrats, and they can win. They can win a case against Democrats. Well, they lost. They're not going to win, but he's mad, so he's pitching a fit. So they're spent all this time trying to hurt people, and then they don't get to do it. And now he's mad, so they're just spending all this time where they could be trying to make the country better or trying to hurt immigrants. They could be trying to hurt immigrants. Here's more immigrant hurting time.
Yeah.
They don't even get to use that because the president, they have to deal with him because they have to spend a week or two coming up with bullshit plans that ain't going to work.
Sounds like it didn't even have a plan for some of this. He did what when they showed up? I don't know what it. I'll have to find. I'll get back to you, Judge.
Yeah.
It could, just like you said right there, he's saying the same thing. Could be any of those, Judge. Could be any of them.
Nobody got to enjoy the 4th of July holiday.
Well.
Nobody did. Nobody in this country got to enjoy the 4th of July. Trump got rained on.
Yeah.
The crowds were low.
So they say, yeah.
So they say. I don't know what truth is anymore. So Trump did get to enjoy his tanks. Maybe that one old boy driving a tank down Washington, D.C. Boulevard got to enjoy it. He's like, this is fun. We didn't get to enjoy it because we hate Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you don't hate Trump, but you're like, why does everybody hate Trump? So you don't get to enjoy it. Those liberals are out there conspiring against me, ruining my shoes. They didn't get to enjoy the 4th of July holiday.
No.
Nobody ever in this. Like, if you thought things used to be good, maybe you're like, oh, shit, this racism was always. Or like, the soccer team doesn't get paid. Like, it's either you're learning something about yourself or the Democrats you hate or your uncle who really loves Trump and Chick-fil-A. Maybe it rained on your tanks. Like, nobody... Used to, we come together. Now, I don't know. Maybe we didn't. Maybe that was all a lie, too.
Who knows? We didn't have computers to look at to know what everybody felt about every damn thing every 5 minutes, every 2 seconds, whatever it is. I don't do that, but I hear about it. I can't watch the news. What are they talking about on the news? They're talking about how everybody's on the computer mad about this or that. And I ain't on a computer. Why do I need to know what's on the computer?
We can't live in the past anymore, Jackie.
Huh?
Joe Biden says we can't live in the past anymore.
Well, good. Yeah, good for him, yeah.
Well, I mean, we can live in the past from like 2008 on.
That's as far back as you can go.
That's as far back as we should go.
Well, that makes sense, yeah, for him, yeah.
Like, he apologized if anybody...
Well, it took him 2 weeks.
Got the impression that he said something bad.
Took 2 weeks for him to figure that out. What? I said, what? He could be almost the liberal Trump, which I'll take over what we got. As much as I hate to say it, I will. If that's the only option we're given, then so be it. But we ain't there yet, so let's see what happens.
He's not online either, is he, Jackie? He ain't on the internet.
I would hope not. Somebody need to be, maybe smarter about that than they are the president doing whatever. Of course, that helps him. The president talking like an idiot on there helps the president. Doesn't help anybody that works for him, like you said. But yeah, but Biden can't gonna get away with that. Biden ain't gonna be able to type something stupid, and that ain't gonna work for him. I don't think. What? I said what? I said I like working with segregationists. When did I say that? 2 weeks ago, sir.
Listen, I gotta apologize right now if I gave you the impression that I liked working with segregationists, who I worked against segregationists.
As far as his record's concerned, he says, you know whose opinion I'm gonna trust? That Mr. Obama, my good friend Obama, who won't endorse me, says I told him, because I told him not to.
Hey, some friends, you can tell how close they are by how little they talk. I don't need to talk to Obama every day. I was his vice president and best friend and most trusted advisor.
Yep.
I don't talk to him. If he needs me, he'll call me. Flat tire or whatever, he'll call me. He's got AAA probably. I don't know. I don't know everything about him. Just, I remember there was a good 8 years there. Do y'all remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So I could call him now if I want to. He's in my phone. I mean, I need somebody on my staff actually to like get he changed numbers because you don't keep the same phone number you have when you're president. You have to change it.
Yeah.
And I don't keep up with, I barely know how to work this thing. But there's somebody over here that's getting that little girl over there to it. Whoever she is. Candy? Her name's not Candy. I don't know anybody named Candy. There used to be a lot of candies. Do y'all remember that when there was so many candies? My name's Joe Biden. I'm running for president.
That'd be ad number 1 right there, yeah.
Maybe it'll work. I obviously know nothing about politics.
It'll work compared to yes. Why wouldn't that work?
No, I mean, why? I guess that's what people want. I don't know. I mean, if I were telling Joe Biden, if I were advising Joe Biden after what happened last time, I'd have no idea what to tell him. Like, don't be, here's a meeting with Joe Biden. Like, don't be racist and don't be sexist. You know, why not? Well, we're supposed to be, we're the opposite of Trump. We're the good guys. That's our whole thing. Anybody but Trump. If you're just racist and sexist too, then why would anybody just vote for him? They like him better. Well, he's gross, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Biden, like Trump, but less gross. Although I don't know if that's 100%.
I don't know if that's 100%. Yeah.
I don't know if that's 100%.
Yeah.
I saw that just physically, just the amount of watery eyes on that last Democratic debate stage looked like they were getting their glasses. Like a Walmart Vision Center. There's so many old watery eyes.
Hey, everybody. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, my name is Dunlap. Welcome to the second half of the Red State Update podcast. This is the part where we take a small break where we remind everybody to go to our Patreon page.
Oh, yeah. Thank you kindly for all of you who go and give $5 or more. You get to hear 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap, ours truly.
A lot of fun. Over there, you get 20 whole damn extra minutes. 20 minutes is a lot. They say, Jackie, if you just work out for 20 minutes a week, you get cut and buff.
I need to do that. Well, I'm probably past my time to do it, but if it's only 20 minutes, why not?
20 minutes. You hear that, people? This is an old man who's near the end of his life, and every 20 minutes is precious.
For me, anyway. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody
and
else.
He's willing to give you 20 minutes.
I don't give it. It's $5. I'm not giving it away. This one's a given. The other one is $5, but which also helps this one. It helps this one keep going too. So, well, thank you kindly for that. But we also need to have local sponsors, which we do here in Murfreesboro. We have local sponsors, a lot of great local sponsors. We need them to help keep the computers on and all that stuff on, microphone on and on and on. That helps out. That and our Patches On page. We appreciate y'all with whatever you can give, whether it's $5 or not. But we also appreciate our local Murfreesboro sponsors. And I have a correction that I have to make, and I apologize about this because this is a wonderful sponsor. I've enjoyed having them on here. I've enjoyed all that they've done and tried to do for the local community. That's I had the, I'm up there in age and I don't say things as good as I used to, and this is all on me. Nobody else's fault but mine. I just mispronounced a few things, and I want to say it correctly, and I'm glad to still have you as a sponsor, but I want to say it right. It is not Glade Pops or Glade scented fireworks. This is on me. I said it wrong. I guess I was thinking in my head it was like Glade. It smells like Glade. It as far as fresh pet scent or floral, but it is not said like it's a different product entirely. It's not. It is still a smelling product, I would say. It's spray, whatever you want to call it, smell in your nose, but it is not Glade. That the only thing they have in common is that they are scented or involve smells. That's it, nothing else, and that their names are spelled pretty much the same, but I guess pronounced differently. Glady. It's spelled Glady. It says Glady Pops. And we appreciate the effort anyway over the 4th of July. Hopefully got down to the scented fireworks event. It was quite something, but that was the Glady scented fireworks.
So you're here to tell me that there is a company. I know that I did have several questions like, is this Glade?
Well, you got
is somebody just dumping Glade?
Correction. It's not. It's Glady.
It's spelled the same as Glade.
But I said it wrong. You can understand it's an honest mistake. I didn't. They explained to me what I was saying, and I hope I didn't get him in any kind of legal trouble. If it did, it's on me. It ain't their fault. I said it wrong. It's Glady. Glady.
It's spelled the same. They make the same product.
No, not the Glade don't make no Glade Pop. And as far as I know, Glade ain't in the fireworks business yet. And if I do, they'd probably be ripping Glady off. So be careful what you do, because, it could go either way on this, I think, legally wise, couldn't it?
So you say it could be Glade that gets sued by Gladdy?
If they decided to venture into fireworks, I don't see why not. That'd raise an eyebrow to me.
Is this Gladdy Scoball?
Huh?
Gladdy Scoball. Is that who makes these Glade pops?
Might be affiliated with it, maybe.
And also, are you saying that the company is Gladdy, but the pops are Glade pops?
No, they're Gladdy pops. Gladdy pop. I said it looked like Glade pop, but it's Gladdy pop. But it also smells. You don't eat it. You don't eat it. You just put out the smell. Remember?
All I remember is that Gladdy Scoball.
I don't care what you remember. All you need to know is whether this is Glade or Gladdy, and it's Gladdy. End of story. Correction made. Happy to have you as a sponsor. Appreciate the effort of trying to change the smell in the particular community at the moment. I do any effort given for that. I appreciate.
I remember Gladdy Scoball being in a damn I can't remember what parking lot it was. We was both drunk. He said, "Someday I'm going to sue the hell out of Glade. I must make my own," he said. Because I'll tell you why I remember this is because, remember, he also one time figured he could make his own paint. And you remember he opened up that store called Sherburne Billiams? And it had the logo just the same, except they was B's.
Well,
where they should be W's.
That was paint and paint. So that's paint and,
And let me tell you something. If you think you can make paint, you can't. Because that's why he figured out the hard way.
Listen, whether he is involved in this or not, like I said, I think he's affiliated with it. I think he probably, I would say, learned his lesson with that, with the paint store, as you mentioned. But now, Glade don't make no Gladdy pops or any kind of pops, and Glade don't do fireworks.
You remember when he tried to open up the co-op, farmers co-op? But he called it the Bo-op.
Well, that ain't what he's doing now.
He just puts a B in front of places. And he said, "This is all, I'm just getting in practice." I said, "What are you doing?" Because we was in another parking lot. What parking lot was that? And we was both drunk. I said, "Why do you keep opening up these rip-off stores?" And it's one day, because my name is Gladdy, and everybody calls me Glade, and they make a sound like somebody spraying after they shit. He's drunk. He's really just opening up to me.
Then probably nothing to it then. I don't know what you're talking about.
So one day I'm going to take everything that's Glade's will be mine.
What? What do they have besides smell cans? Spray. What are the air fresheners?
That's about it.
Well, why would you want that? That don't make any sense.
He's just mad. He's mad.
Well,
remember old Cats Records when there was Cats Records, and he come out and Cats Records hadn't been open in years and years. He made Bats Records, and you remember they had that cartoon of a cat, and he just made it into a bat. But it just looked like a black cat.
I don't remember every business he was involved in.
Those are the only three. And he just took a logo and put a B in it and then figured that he didn't know how to do the actual stuff. Because, who buys records now? And paint is hard to make. And then the other one, whatever that one was. The third one, I said.
All right. Gladdy. My correction is made. Gladdy is a proper pronunciation. That's on me. That's my fault.
We think it's Gladdy Scoball, right?
I'm not going to confirm or deny into that. It could be affiliated. It could not be.
That's too bad. It's too bad because I'd really like to know.
I didn't get $25 to go on about whoever. I got it to make a correction on the product of which I was my sponsor last few weeks, and it's still now. Even if they not as needed as it were on July 4th, we'd appreciate it. But that just, I have to say, I'd stick to the Gladdy Pops because the fireworks smell with the skunks, it was a rough night. July 4th was a rough day for America in general because what was going on. but it was rough here and it just smelled awful. I'm going to say it right now. But it was a good effort. Gladdy pops right under your nose is the point I'm trying to say. It's right there, so you can just squirt it, and it's the first thing you smell, and there you go. It ain't all over.
It's really too bad that you and Gladys Scoball hate Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's really too bad that Jackie Broles and Gladys Scoball hate Jesus Christ,
what are you talking
Lord
about?
And Savior.
What the hell is wrong with you?
When you walk outside and you smell the stench of skunk sickles, folks, if you're just joining us, if this is the first one of these you've ever listened to, Skunk Sickles by Dottie Harp has been sweeping the Middle Tennessee area. Murfreesboro has been in the thrall of these delicious, almost like grape-flavored popsicles that cool your tongue down so fast, ice that tongue down, and they stink.
They
to
smell
heaven.
Crazy people. Why do you want to put that smell everywhere? It smells awful.
There's so many locations now. People lined up round the block to get this delicious stank in their mouth. It's the delicious stank of skunk sickles, and when you walk outside and you smell that skunk sickle air, no matter what Gladdy's been trying to do, and Glade, I guess Glade was not involved at all now.
Did you listen to what I said?
I'm just clarifying.
Well, you don't need to clarify nothing. You just do your damn sponsor.
When you walk outside,
and then don't say anything blasphemous from here on out. I ain't gonna listen to it.
You get a nostril full of that stink, Jackie. I guess what you're thinking is, I hope our Lord Satan got a clothespin on his nose.
Shut your mouth.
I hope they got a big shipment of clothespins down in hell.
Just shut it.
Because it sounds like people up here on earth got that Holy Ghost of feeling.
What?
Got that feeling of, because Jackie, I don't know if you notice it.
What?
The change in Dottie Harp lately?
I don't know the first thing about Dottie Harp. I ain't going to go in there if she's got all these things on her, because they stink. If she got a bunch of one, it's enough. A bunch of skunk shit, whatever the hell it is, I ain't getting near the woman.
Sometimes when people become successful, they lose touch. They forgot about where they come from. They forget about the people who made them. They forget about who put them here. The Lord God, Jesus Christ himself, Almighty. Some people say, you know what? I'm rich. I don't need church. I'm going to hire a bulldozer and knock all the churches down. How many times have you heard that story?
What?
Successful people like Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and who else is rich? Walmart.
Yeah.
He knocked all the churches down so that people had to go to Walmart on Sundays.
Who?
Well, let me tell you something. Lee Iacocca, another one of them, dead now.
Yeah,
good.
Good.
Listen, Jesus lives in the heart of Dottie Harp. She was counting all her skunk sickle money, and she was like, oh, man, I'm going to put this in one of these old-timey Western safes since I live here in Murfreesboro's cowboy town. And then she felt a nudge in her heart. It's like her heart opened up and let all that stank in from the air, all that stank in her heart. She let the stank in her heart. Before, she was afraid to let the stank in her heart. She was afraid to trust the stank in her heart. Now she opened up her heart and she let all that stank in, and now her heart is full of Jesus. And that stank. And she wrote a book. She wrote a book about, she was afraid to let the stank in, is what she called it, into her heart. Or learning to trust in the stank. She hasn't put it out yet. She's still workshopping titles.
A book?
She thinks she wants to call it Let the Stank In, but she's afraid that people who don't like Jesus will be like, you're calling Jesus stinky.
Well, yeah.
Or that people who do like Jesus will say, you're calling Jesus stinky. Or that people will say, she's calling Jesus stinky. And I said, you know what? You've got to go to where people who don't trust Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior are. Where maybe they don't know what you want. Everybody loves skunk sickles, but not everybody loves Jesus. Well, now what you want to do is get all the people that love skunk sickles to come over to Jesus and give you some of that Jesus money.
Jesus money.
Well, I mean, there's always money.
Well, you should just get people to, if you want to bring people to Jesus, that's one thing, but getting their money too.
I said, you got to get on some of them Dress to Success podcasts.
Wow.
Where people tell you the story of how they had a idea and then they started making Instagram soap and now they're on this podcast you're listening to. You got to get in that business podcast space with the skunk sickle story, and people be like, that sounds interesting, a delicious popsicle that stinks. And then at the end, slip in the Jesus. Like if Lee Iacocca had a podcast, think how good that podcast would have been.
What?
And then if he talked about Jesus a little bit at the end and the skunk sickles.
Well, the two, ain't none of three of those got anything to do with one another.
She hosted Vacation Bible School. She went out to Vacation Bible School this week. The theme was, it was skunk sickle themed. And it was called Let the Stink In.
Why would anybody go to that?
And then, of course, all the kids were joking about Let the Stink Out. You know how that went. So she slapped one of them. It caused a minor scene. But all they did was they told the mother of the kid she slapped, you can't come back to this church.
Right.
So that solved that problem. She said, don't. She got a lot of parents on her side. Cause she's like, don't blaspheme. Have a skunk sickle. And a bunch of kids tasted them skunk sickles, and they said, you know, these taste real good. She said, would they taste as good if we called them Jesus sickles? And I said, I think you don't put Jesus right front and center. Get in the spaces where they don't like Jesus. And
don't
she said,
get blasphemous.
She said, no, I want Jesus. I want Jesus on the names of these popsicles. I want the Jesus to be the name of my popsicle.
What?
I want Jesus to be the name.
You can't take
of my popsicle.
Jesus' name. No, you can't.
No, you can't. It is not copyrighted. I checked.
What? It's in the Bible. It says somewhere don't use his names or something like that. You ain't supposed to use Jesus, especially not for a pop shekel.
It says don't use the Lord's name in vain. It doesn't say don't
smell like it. Don't associate Jesus in any way with something with stinks.
Jesus sickles. When you put a Jesus sickle in your mouth, the first thing you think is this almost tastes like grape. Oh my God, it's delicious. Oh, my tongue is so cold now. It feels great. And then skunk's ass.
Why?
But people already know about the skunk's ass. If you walk around, it all smells like skunk ass except for the part where the Gladdy fireworks happened, which is just a very small corner of the park because they couldn't get the damn, what do you call it when you go to the police and say, give me a permits?
Yeah.
So I just thought that knowing how much you love Satan, Jackie, that you'd be
What does that got to... No,
upset.
I don't love Satan. Ain't got nothing to do with any of this.
Well, all I know is that Dottie Harp is a hardworking businesswoman who has made her mark
by stinking up a whole town.
And then she gave Jesus the credit for her success, and all you've been doing is running her down.
I'm running the smell down. She may be a fine person. Good for her. If she's born again, I'm happy for her. Good for her. Go get baptized. Do all of it. That's great. But if you've got this great product and you can make it without it stinking, make it that way. Don't make something stink so bad.
People want the stink.
No,
I don't.
I don't, and most people don't. It's become a town crisis. It's awful. You can't go outside without smelling it coming from somewhere now.
She says that it kind of goes to that whole, like, oh, forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. So now I guess I have to eat one of these stinky popsicles. She said since she come out as Christian and put Jesus on the names of she says she still has some that say skunk sickles, and it's just got a skunk on it. And then she's still got some new ones that say Jesus sickles, and it's Jesus, and his robe is like skunk colored, like it's got a stripe on the back.
No, that's wrong. Whatever that is wrong. You can't use him to sell.
She says that people buy the Jesus popsicles 2-to-1.
Jesus is for saving your soul, period.
Yep.
End of discussion. No
and
more.
For cooling your tongue down on a hot summer day.
He ain't got nothing to do with that.
we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Duck, duck,